back, everyone. It's really been promising to see doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines going to the first recipients like frontline healthcare workers and first responders. But we still need more in order to get vaccines to the general population, and soon. Here with me now today to talk about a very important new trial is the CEO of the Lynn Institute, Carlos Blanco. Thanks for being here, Carlos.
Thank you and good morning.
So you guys have actually held trials for Pfizer and the Moderna vaccine. So which vaccine is this next trial for?
This next trial is for a company called Novavax. And Novavax is a vaccine manufacturer. They typically make flu vaccinations and RSV vaccinations. So they have been tested and true vaccine maker.
And give me the logistics here. How many people do you need? How old people are you looking for? Break that down for me.
Absolutely. We're looking for folks that are 18 and up who have just about every and any kind of health condition, from perfectly normal folks to people who may have a few health issues, diabetes, being overweight, are perfectly fine for this trial. We're going to be looking for about 300 to 500 Oklahomans who can help us out with this trial.
And explain to me the importance of doing trials like this. How important is this to continue to get the different vaccines in the arms of Americans?
Absolutely. When you think that we're going to need about 600 million doses to cover all Americans, because you have to remember that we need 2 doses of the vaccine, of all the vaccines that are coming to market. So we need a lot of manufacturers, we need a lot of vaccine makers to contribute to be able to vaccinate that number of people. Moderna and Pfizer have committed about 100 million doses each. But remember, we need about 600 million doses. So vaccine makers like Novavax and Johnson & Johnson who are coming up next will be critical.
And what would you say to people who may be wary of this? And, they say, maybe I want to participate, but I'm kind of scared about potential harmful effects because this hasn't been studied. I mean, how does that work?
Well, I think I would tell them we have fairly extensive data on the vaccines. Both of these, or the Novavax vaccine has been through phase 1 and phase 2 development. So it has a safety profile. So far, it has shown to be a very safe vaccine. What I would tell Oklahomans, though, is that we've heard what our health officials are telling us about January and how bad it may be in terms of COVID deaths and disease and infection. So I think that if I had the opportunity to get in a clinical trial and get vaccinated, I would probably take that opportunity. I think that's the wiser approach.
And not everyone is going to get the actual active vaccine. Obviously, you need some people to get the placebo. So if you do participate in the trial and you get the placebo, after it's over, will you then be kind of moved up in line to get the actual vaccine? How does that work?
Absolutely. If you get the placebo, and only a third of the people in the Novavax trial will get the placebo, 2/3 will get the real vaccine. But if you didn't happen to get the placebo, what will happen is, as your demographic gets rolled out to be able to be vaccinated through the emergency use authorizations, you will also be able to be vaccinated within the clinical trial. So the clinical trial will take care of you in terms of getting vaccinated.
And once you do have all your volunteers ready to go, how soon could the Novavax vaccine be on its way to that emergency use approval once you guys get going?
Well, if you think about it, it takes about 4 to 6 months is what we saw with Pfizer and Moderna in terms of doing the trial and then reviewing the data and submitting to the FDA. So we could assume that the Novavax trial would probably, or the Novavax vaccine would be available in the April, May range probably.
Here's something I was thinking about. So what if, you get the Novavax vaccine and you're in the trial and it turns out it's only, say, maybe 70% effective or 80% effective. Would you then be able to go get, another vaccine that's more effective? How does that work?
Yeah, theoretically you could, although I think health officials are saying once you get vaccinated with one vaccine, that should probably all that you do. Again, 70% effective is a significant effectiveness. If you think about our yearly flu shots, they range from 35 to about 55% effective, and they seem to do the job. So we can assume that 70% effectiveness for a COVID vaccine would be wonderful. It would still be a great number.
How does the trial work too? So is it just, you get your first shot and then you guys kind of wait and you monitor any symptoms? How does it work?
Well, there's 8 total visits to the Lynn Institute for that trial. The first one, you come in, you go through the consent process. You're evaluated by our physicians. You do get vaccinated at that first visit. You then come back a month later for your second vaccination. And every time you come in, we're monitoring your antibody level to see if you're producing antibodies or having side effects. And that'll happen 8 times over the course of 2 years.
And last question, and very important, if people are interested, listening, how can people sign up? What's the best way?
Absolutely. You can call the Lynn Institute. Our call center is available. So please call us at 405-447-8839 or visit our website at www.lhsi.net.
I did a quick Google search. You guys popped right up, so it was very easy to find all that information. Carlos Blanco, as always, we appreciate your time, and we appreciate what you're doing for us.
Thank you very much.
All right, Happy New Year.
You too.
All right, let's get on over to Jonathan. Speaking of the Happy New Year, I don't know if you like snow, maybe.